Greetings and welcome to today's session of Songs of Uthmar. Part, 61?
Around.
61.
Oh damn, time flies. I hope you will enjoy today's session. I know I, as always, love to host these games for both my players and for you who are out there watching. So let's get down to business.
To defeat the Huns.
No.
God damn it! Now we're gonna get so much DMCA'd. God damn it! You know you never screw with the mouse, man.
I think you need more than like one line.
I think it was two
As
lines they
long
sung.
as you not keep singing.
I think they sung 2 lines though.
No, we're
Well,
doomed.
only one each though, so.
I mean,
We must stop the serpent tribe.
Yeah.
Makes sense. How rewrite up into
Yeah, just make a parody song.
parodies don't exactly get copyrighted. I think we're fine as long as we don't make any money off of it.
No,
right?
it's called artistic liberty.
I should have
looks
made a
at
bomb.
the money I've been making over the last couple of months on Twitch. Just like
Steam-
you say, we're not making money out of this.
Steamboat Willie is now public domain. It's fine.
No. We're not making any money out of it. You are.
Yeah, you're the one making money.
Yeah, but I invest this money back into the game so that we
Yeah.
can have some more red stuff. You know.
We're not complaining. We're just
We get
saying
paid in
how it
fun.
is.
Yes, you get paid in fun. Correct.
I get paid in blackmail. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
Although Avis has taken the route of paying with pain,
Huh?
Paying with pain.
But
paying for pain.
Yeah.
Paying
we
for
give
pain?
the
What?
floor for
Oh,
Avis
wait.
for the recap.
Oh god.
I'm gonna fucking punch you. I swear to God.
Spotlight comes on Avis.
Oh yes.
Recap time.
Last time, session 60. Rioth unsuccessfully communes with the spirits of the dead and inspects the dragon skeleton from which he took a tooth to make Ankara's vengeance. And Lena performs the grave rites of peaceful slumber. Party then continues their journey east, eventually reaching the other side of the barrow. In front of them stands a large boulder that seems out of place. It doesn't match the natural rock formation. Upon the boulder are 50 handprints of varying sizes, some average and some huge. Among them are also claw marks of what seems to be a bear, and the party deduces that this is a barrier stone, signifying the border of another tribe's territory. As the sun goes down, the party decides to wait until the next day to enter said territory and make their camp. While the rest start setting up, Avis notices something coming out of the bushes next to them. A large bear, but upon closer inspection appears to be a huge man, simply wearing the pelt of a bear. Pointing a very big spear at the party, the man demands to know what they are doing on the border of the bear tribe's hunting ground. So Igor explains to them their mission is diplomatic. Lena also vaguely remembers having visited this tribe before. The large man gives a verbal signal, to which 49 other armed tribesmen rise up out of the underbrush. The huntmaster, named Vishlu, explains that one of their guardian bears, which had become sick and tainted, was chased off into the territory of the deer tribe, the bear guardian that the party took down when they met Avis and Jimny. Vishlu praises their strength for taking down such a beast, accepts their request to meet with the Western Bear tribe's elder, and escorts them to the campsite they'd already built for a small feast and rest. Before heading out, Rioth takes Avis aside and inspects her arms, asking where the feathers went. Avis gives him a short and vague explanation that she'll clarify later. Meanwhile, Deacon has finished up repairing the forge back home and hurries after the party's tracks. He manages to find his way to the barrier stone just before nightfall and inspects it. Some of these handprints are very similar to his own, and begins making his way beyond the boulder, when he is arrested by one of the lookouts, and when he proclaims to be a member of the party, is forcefully escorted back to the campsite. There, he is looked over by Vishlu, who proceeds to make a small cut on his arm and rubs a blackish mixture up into it. Takes the shape of a wave of water, and Vishlu embraces him. Despite not being a bear tribesman, he is a giant king, like Vishnu himself. He is welcomed like a brother, and the feast continued. Vishnu describes more of Deacon's possible origins, which causes Deacon to start remembering mountains and a large body of water. Right before going to sleep, Avis prays to have a private conversation with Utha, which is granted. As she sleeps, she reappears at the pond and throne in the dream realm, where Utha sits and welcomes her. As Avis begins to explain what she's done, Ilum appears from behind her and almost mockingly cordially greets Uthla. The two seem to know each other. Uthla had banished him from the dream realm before. The goddess is disappointed that Avis didn't ask her to select a servant for her and clarifies she cannot break the deal they've entered without payment, but offers Ilum a new deal. She'll allow him to manifest in the material plane if the obligations of the former deal are removed and Avis becomes his anchor there. If she perishes, he'll be sent right back to the limbo realm. Ilum accepts, and they shake on it, after which 2 drops of Avis's blood are extracted from a small cut and fused with 2 drops of his, sealing the anchor bond. Ilum leaves, and Uthla takes a bit longer with Avis, reaffirming her inner strength is greater than she realizes. The next morning, she awakens to a heavy case of morning sickness and throws up into the campfire. The child in her belly is getting bigger, and Lena deduces that Avis is pregnant and makes her some herbal tea that helps against the urge to vomit. The sounds awaken the others, and Igor suddenly screams loudly. Ilum is nestled in his arms in physical form. He chucks him out of the tent and questions who or what he is. The party converses with him for a bit, and everyone except Spirus instantly shares Avis's dislike of the critter. Avis has no choice but to explain fully now, and Lena also discovers Igor is bonded to both her chiefess and Avis. Deacon magically inspects him, finding that he radiates aspects of all different schools of magic. He informs the party, when Avis looks at him, she sees a very different creature. A ball of feathers with 10 raven wings and a beak sticking out, covered in eyes. Ilum claims this is just the form he lets her see, not his true form. And that's it.
Yay.
Ah, yes, the beginning.
Pass.
Inspiration to the recapper.
Oh, thank
Well,
you.
I mean, he's gonna get that every week then.
Yep. Better start using it every week.
Let's see, inspiration.
Inspiration.
A
Does
good
that count for the
recap's,
writer too?
No.
Ah, come on.
Get
No.
fucked.
You wrote, you did not speak.
It's the performance that gets the
Indeed.
inspiration.
The better
my thanks.
performance, the better you can get out of it.
Man, I am never going to get
Well,
inspiration.
excuse me. Who makes sure that the recapper properly
Okay.
pronounced?
Okay, hang out. You get half an inspiration. How about that? So
How does that work?
every time he gets
Every
one,
2 sessions
that-
we get an
yeah.
inspiration.
well, he doesn't get it every session. Every time he does will, you get half. So there you
Just don't spend it in one place
I
now,
don't
you
know.
hear?
The DM is in control here.
go. I was just saying it to be funny. You probably don't get anything, so.
Not anger the elder god.
Yeah.
So, should we give the word to pass so he can
Mhm.
till where the scene starts?
Didn't we, like, leave off with us arguing about this fucking Ilum situation?
Yeah, we decided that we were gonna go to their camp and then meet them and then like meet their elder and stuff and then move on to find the
Ah, yes, I see.
shards. Well, that's a way to start.
Just ominous laughter, and that's it.
Those apples
As
spoil
you
the
all
vodka.
pack your stuff down to follow Vislu as he's going to be guiding you up towards the mountain range to where his tribe has their secret campment. To your question that do the gilded apples spoil? They do, but they do take some time to spoil.
But didn't you say like a week or something?
I think it was like a couple weeks.
Oh, a couple of
After a
weeks.
couple weeks, because as long as the magic is not fully what would that be, drawn out of them, dissipated.
Dispelled. Oh, dissipate, right.
Because when they are not no longer connected to the tree in which they are growing from and drawing magic from,
Yeah. They wither, yeah.
then the magic starts to dilute out of it, so to speak.
It's essentially the stem becomes a straw from which the magic seeps out.
Yeah.
Also from the apple itself, basically. It's like, take it as if it was a piece of blazing hot metal. You know how it glows at first and then just starts to dim
Cool off.
as it cools.
Mhm.
It's basically that.
Okay.
I guess that
Yeah, so-
I had time for my morning prayer before we packing up and stuff.
Yes, you would have
Yeah,
time for
you were doing it whilst Avis was vomiting.
Mm-hmm.
and then
I
you
was gonna
make
say-
them quick tea, and then encampment starts to be packed down.
And the
People
Ilum
still,
situation.
able to get something quick to eat and drink and whatnot before they're moving out.
Mhm.
On your shoulder, Spirus,
Oh no.
sits.
Oh yeah, Ilum is permanently here now.
He's just
So,
vibing.
Welcome to the crew.
Oh.
So, boss, what's the plan?
On Spirit's shoulder?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think is he talking to me?
he's
Yes.
talking to you.
You're the only one who's been nice to him.
I think we're just gonna go and meet the leader of the tribe. They make most of the plans. I'm just here for the ride.
Ah, yes, fantastic. Him taking, and shoot a berry up into the air and like catches us with his beak and just sits and numbs on it for a while. Ah, this is the life. Sitting on the soldier of, well, your giant sword.
I think that's like the smallest.
Also, he's 2
Can we
feet
kill him
tall.
yet?
That's a pretty big bird to be sitting on his shoulder.
You are still giants to him, I would like to point out. He's like at max 2 feet tall.
Keyword max.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
still
Hey,
like
he
the
could
that's
be a
still
good
like
meal.
the average.
It's like a
that's
small
still like the-
child.
yeah, that's still pretty big.
Yeah, but it's light bones and shit.
True. Lightweight.
I guess.
So not a lot of actual weight, I guess.
He's just fluffy because of his feathers.
It's all that floof, man.
Actually, how does
that floof.
Magena act around
How's Magenta
there's a big
feel?
bird sitting in her father's shoulder?
She's looking at him weird.
The bird?
What? Yeah.
Hmm.
Like she's studying him like as if she can see something you guys can't see.
I'm
He
asking
should be
her
sitting on her.
on the
She's
road
part
if
tree.
she is okay.
Is there something wrong, Magenta?
Oh, nothing. I just don't know how you. She looks at Ilum. How are you sitting on his shoulder? And he's just like, don't worry about it.
I'm looking at Magena. He is 2 foot tall.
Is that how he looks to you? Huh.
How does he look to you?
I'm sorry. What does he? How tall does he look like to you, Magenta?
You see Ilum freaking out. Wait, she can see what I look like?
What?
Looks.
Young Missy, you're not supposed to be talking. You see how he makes some vines, like closer lips together, and she like.
Ilum,
Be nice to her.
I'm gonna be nice to you. Take the vines off.
Spear's shutting that shit down.
Give me a second. You see how he jumps off, flutters his wing, like as if he's trying to fly, but isn't exactly successful just yet with it. Lands on her shoulder.
like-
flight.
See,
I was gonna say it's like
he's-
the fat chocobo.
he's not used to flying in a physical form on the material plane.
Bro, this man's a dodo.
Great visual idea.
You
in my
see
head
how
right
he
now.
like flutters over to Magina, sits on her shoulder. He whispers something to her, and her looking at him like. Silence for a moment, and you hear him whisper ever so softly to her.
He's making a deal with her to keep her mouth shut, isn't he?
Sounds like it.
He wouldn't be that far away that I couldn't make at least attempt a perception.
Beak reading.
I don't think I have beak reading, but he's still whispering. He said he's whispering.
You can hear like these very very muffled words, like very very soft spoken even.
Could I still attempt a perception just to see if I could
You
make out
may
the words?
attempt
Okay. I would
because
assume
you're that close.
normal then?
Yes.
24.
You don't hear manage to hear the entire conversation, but there are some keywords.
Okay.
Don't tell them how I look, and I'll help you. Father, whatever ails him. Deal?
I mean, that was basically the whole.
That basically gave me a solid idea of what's
there
going
are
on.
more. There are more that you don't pick out. This is like the main bits you hear.
Okay.
You hear the general scope of the deal, not
Yeah.
the finer details.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So I've got the broad strokes of it. I just don't know the fine bits. Okay.
And it's
Basically,
defined,
he's asking her for an NDA.
Non-disclosure agreement.
So basically, don't tell them how I look, how big I am.
And I'll help you find a way to cure your paw. Okay.
Make sure you read the fine print.
I wish I could read the fine print, but you see, I don't exactly have a nat 20 on that one right there.
And the problem is the way that she would react to that she wouldn't read the fine print either.
She
Unfortunately.
can't read.
Unfortunate.
Well, even if she could, she wouldn't.
Yeah.
But do he loosen her binding around the lips?
She has to shake on it first.
She nods, and he nods. Then he takes his little clawed hand out to her, and she looks at it, looks at him, takes her own hand into his. They shake on it. Ah, much better. Deals aplenty, it seems, here.
What did I say about making deals?
I'm
He
my
shouldn't be
own
a-
free bird, woman.
I wasn't
say,
talking to you, little shit.
He shouldn't be a bird. He should be a shark.
Well, funny thing you say that. I actually have a cousin who is one.
I'm basically going
is
to
this
the side
going?
of spirits. Just curious, are you gonna fatten him up for cooking, or what is the plan about the creature there?
If he does anything wrong, or does anything that harms anyone, that, is obviously not a person that we consider evil, then we'll do something
Me
about him.
hurt someone? Ugh, I take great offense.
Oh yeah, pass.
It's a just in
Doing
case.
the morning prayer, I tried the last session to say I was preparing a spell. Detect good and evil.
Oh no, you had to wait till the next day for that
You had to wait for the next
because the day had
long
already
rest.
started.
It's every time with my morning prayer I can prepare it.
Yeah, but you said
As told.
you'd already done the prayer
Yeah.
before you said that.
Yeah,
Just
but I
I
before
was
will
we
trying
allow
started
last
it.
to wait
session.
the prayer.
I
Okay.
will allow it.
Chill out.
I
Was trying last session to basically prepare it. But past wouldn't have time to basically listen.
We had so many things going on, and I had not the time.
A lot of stuff happens. Shit happens.
Yeah, that's basically why I'm telling him now that, hey, I was preparing that. Can I silently try to
Doesn't it have vocal
detect
components?
about his good or evil, the weird bird?
It doesn't have vocal components though.
You're not a sorcerer. You don't have subtle cast.
If it has
I
vocal
was gonna say,
components, you can't
if you have
subtle
subtle
cast that
spell, you
shit.
can technically settle it, but no.
Hey,
I'm
she
the
just
only one who
wants to
could do
see
that.
if she can trust the bird.
That's understandable, but it will be noticed that you are casting the spell.
Hey, woman! That is uncalled for. I am a respectable bird of my people. How dare you?
I'm only trusting my gods.
Wow, and not even the ones who serve the gods, it seems you trust either. What does that say
Yes.
about you?
Just need to be sure who I'm dealing with.
You're dealing with me, Ilum, at your service, priestess.
What do I detect when I casting it?
As you're casting it, he comes off blank. He's neither good nor evil. He comes off as blank.
So he's
You can
neutral.
sense, from everybody else in the party, you sense small mixture of mostly good. From some, you do sense some evil membranes, but it's a mixture of both good and evil, so you can't exactly pinpoint it in every person.
So
Except
do I
for
detect?
some.
Do I
Your-
detect
your
any
brand
kind
of-
of evil?
Your brand of
Casting the
evil is
spell.
selfishness, okay?
that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And that's not necessarily evil, I would like to point out, because detect good and evil is more like you can detect a good presence or evil presence. You are basically Avis, in your case, you're ping-ponging between slightly good, neutral, and evil. Like, you're ping-ponging between all three on the of the scanograph
It's a
of
fucking
The
brain
alignment.
Geiger
over
counter
there,
doesn't
bro.
know which way to point.
So which one is she pinging most to? Right now.
Avis,
Yes.
I guess.
it double taps to evil, taps one good, double taps evil, taps one good when you're holding the. Do you guys know the thing you use when you're measuring radiation?
Geiger
Yeah,
counter.
The
Yeah.
Geiger
Yeah.
counter.
Oh yeah.
It's
Has
literally,
she
it doesn't know what
holds
to do. It doesn't know what to do.
like it just starts flickering back and forth like.
I mean, it'd probably be doing that on me as well with what I want to do. My goal to imprison some
Hey,
human soul.
they are deflecting between, so they're not entire evil yet. I can still manage to save their soul.
Sure.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Good luck.
What soul?
Wait, you guys have a soul?
Indeed.
Basically, just let some sunshine shine on your dark path.
Ugh.
I agree with that.
I take an arrow and my bow and I turn it towards me and pull it backwards.
Hey, I did not say that in game. Thinking it.
Too
My
much
character
time.
was just thinking it. So unless you can read minds,
Okay.
I guess detect thoughts.
I think we shat around for enough now.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Onward. After that deal. Suspicious stare.
At what?
I'm gonna be back and forth on both of them on that one.
On whom?
Ilum and Machena.
Press X to doubt.
You see how they whisper between each other? And you see how Ilum is like stroking his non-existent beard. Like the bottom of his beak and
His
then...
chin feathers.
Yeah, and his chin
Dude,
feathers.
those sick ass
Like
chin
it was
feathers,
beard.
not gonna lie. Mm-hmm. Just gonna keep.
And then you also hear that he starts speaking like a bird to Magena.
Cheating motherfucker. I can't.
does she understand bird?
He's literally
Bro.
talking Raven to her?
He's talking burb.
He is talking burb. Unfortunate. I mean, I could cast a spell, but that unfortunately requires a verbal component, so I can't do it sneaky.
You what? Comprehend languages?
Speak with animals.
Yeah.
I have it. I just don't want to use it because it would. I don't know. No
I
reason.
don't have the invocation yet, so I can't just freely cast it.
Damn. Oh well. I guess I don't understand bird speak.
Burb.
Burb.
So
now.
I guess we just going to visit the chief then.
We
I'm
are visiting
still
the
not
chief
done.
people.
As you guys are still wondering, I just moved your some of the way. You may roll me perception rolls.
Who? Everyone?
Everyone.
Everyone.
23.
13.
Man, I'm getting really hot rolls despite not having good modifiers.
2 18s, 13, 23, 21, 14.
We're all pretty decent.
Everybody above 15 sees how several hulking masses of fluff joins you.
Let's go. I can't see it, but let's go.
The bears.
Well,
I still see
the
nothing.
People in bear skins or actual bears?
From you who have 20 and above, you see that you're being joined by bears. Like legitimate bears.
Actual factuals bears.
And with my perception, I see nothing.
I also see nothing. I don't notice shit.
You notice.
So I'm guessing they're not like walking right next to us because
No,
we
they
would notice
are.
that
They are
off
following
in the
you in the
trees.
They are following you out in the trees and the underbrush, undergrowth
Mhm.
of the forest you're walking through.
I just.
You also pay
slightly move
attention to
forward.
how the terrain starts to shift from being, flatlands with an occasional hill and a lot of trees. It starts to thin out a little bit with the trees, but it's becoming more hilly and goes more upwards as you're moving up into hillland.
We moving up in hills, so you maybe should move off on the map.
Yeah, he's continuously doing it.
I'm continuously moving you a little bit. So,
Yeah, the Eager's gonna go slightly forward so he can walk next to the Huntmaster, and is just gonna try and.
Should we be concerned about the creatures that are following us? There seems to
oh
be
no
some
no 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 no
out,
no no
out,
no
in
no.
the, out in the underbrush.
Oh no 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 no. They are of our tribe. No need to worry about those.
Okay. Is there a need for the subterfuge then?
What subterfuge?
They're kind of trying to. It's almost like they're trying to stay out of sight.
Oh, it's because they don't know you.
Ah, I see.
That's fair.
They can, they have more sensitive smells than, for example, me. So, and they don't know your smell, so that's why they stay a little bit further out. It's normal for them to do that.
So they're not people.
No,
Not
they're real
anymore.
bears.
Not any more than I'm a bear.
Okay. Sorry for the disturbance.
Carry on. We still have a long way to go. As you are coming through the forest, you see how you're getting up into what is highland. Not as much forest. A few trees here and there, but it's mostly rocky, hilly terrain you're starting to walk into.
So like low grasses, or is the grassland so starting to fade?
There is still grass-y up here, but it is broken up by ridges of rock and dirt and gravel,
So
basically.
it's like patchy.
Yeah, it starts to get more patchy up in this area, and you can actually also see pretty far out from up here, as you're at the very foothills of the mountain, so you can actually start, seeing out above the forest behind you, and the lands to your north and to your south. Do anyone wish?
It does make me kind of curious why it is you've taken up refuge among the mountains. Because what I remember bears being more of the forest dwellers.
Ah, you would think so, but that is not the case always. These are cave bears. They stay where their caves are.
I see. But that's not. Does that mean that they are primarily meat eaters then?
Oh, they eat whatever they can get their little claws on.
Little.
Little is debatable, but that's neither here nor there.
You see, one of the bears have walked over to a tree and is standing up up at it and looking at you guys as it's rubbing itself against it.
Oh, it's doing the wiggly back rub thing.
Yeah,
Marking
and
a
you
territory.
can see that it's smaller than him, just like a head and a half in height, as it's standing up.
Damn.
God dang.
He is
He is massive.
he's massive and tall, and it's still smaller than him, which is
How tall would you say then? Like 10, 11 feet tall?
this bear you can see is 8 feet tall. Him, he's 9.5, but that's with his entire getup, so he also looks bigger because what he's wearing.
because of the bear pelt.
He's wearing
Yes.
heels.
I'm not sure about that saying. but
Those were not invented yet.
You don't know.
Yeah, we do.
He looks down
Shush.
at his feet. He's wearing Getty shoes.
Wearing blocks with rope.
stumps
Anyway.
on feet. But as you are walking up through, um, you see that there is very sparse in vegetation up here. Is anybody wanting to take a look for something?
I am curious, seeing as the terrain is a lot more rocky, whether or not, because so far what I presume is that we haven't seen a lot of metals people, correct?
We haven't seen many what?
We haven't seen
Metals.
really any metals on other tribes because we're
Oh,
revolutionary.
right.
Revolution.
Like I wanna see if there are ore veins around that they've basically left alone, untouched.
I could give a shot and looking around for any plants.
Give me a perception roll.
I will actually look a little for herbs.
Use a luck on that.
I can't carry anymore, so I'm not gonna bother.
Okay.
Man,
I think. Did you
Well,
just
You got worse.
get a worse roll?
It's fine. It's fine. It makes it so that I can choose.
Do you
which
wish
roll
for
is
me
used.
to take a roll for you?
what?
Are you asking me or Pepper?
I'm asking you, Eager. Do you
Why?
wish for me to take a roll for you?
Bro, no. It's gonna be something Ilum related, probably. I don't want to do that.
What?
Is it just a perception if I want to roll for looking for herbs?
No, you need to roll for scavenge. So that's slash foraging. So that's a survival check.
Survival.
All right. I'd like to also do that if that's all right.
I am feeling apprehensive about this. But just out of
I think I'm
curiosity's
not
sake,
getting any.
out of curiosity's sake, I'll indulge. Go ahead and roll.
Okay.
I'm gonna laugh if he gets worse than 2.
No. Last time he offered to roll for me, I got stuck with a brand.
You had to open and flap
Yes,
your
I
freaking gums.
did.
They meet it.
I'm not apologizing.
Well then,
You
we
bastard.
rolled the same.
I'm not
Yes.
apologizing.
Yeah, Lana doesn't get any.
You are not sure if there's any metals here. Since it's very like the few places that might be, you cannot entirely make out details because it's kind of foggy and fuzzy as you're looking, further out from where you are.
All right, he'll leave it alone.
I was gonna say if I see uh is it Liana? How do you say your name?
Lena.
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 If I see Lena looking for herbs and stuff and she can't find anything, then I'll go over and say, what are you looking for?
Just some extra herbs to the healings.
I have some. Do you know how to make the how to make healing balm?
I know a few stuff about how to make special kind of healing doing the travel with the druids and stuff.
Okay, and I'll hand her enough for 4 healing bombs, so I'll still have enough for 2. So I'm carrying
You,
6 healing
I
bombs,
can.
and I've got enough to make 6. So I'll give you enough to make 4, and I've got 2 left over.
You could work with that.
Okay. And then I'll walk away.
Thank you. May the sun be with you.
I'll roll my eyes as I walk away.
Rude.
Rude.
Well, to be honest, it's the atheist and the religious nuts. So
Yeah.
Well, he's not exactly atheist, but it's like he knows the gods are there, but he really hates her god.
Knows the gods there. Doesn't really care much though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one else is doing anything. We can move on.
Kind of waiting for Pass to give me a response on the whole.
Oh,
As is asking me about a special plant because I'm pretty good at plants, so because he wanted to know
Ah.
something.
Sorry about that. It was just me trying to figure out what the F a plant was called. Because I remember how it looks. I'm just trying to explain it to her so she could help me with the name.
right.
I mean, it happens. None of us are in it.
And he
not all
basically
And did you
up
succeed?
the middle of explaining.
No, because you guys cut me off mid-explanation.
Well, please
Oh.
ask the question. We'll just banter on for a little bit.
Well, maybe you can then tell me. It's this little shrub-like plant with red to purple miniature flowers on that has a very distinct calming smell that is also good as a sleeping
Is it
agent.
lavender?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Something
lavender,
like
but it's not
No,
red. It's just purple.
That's not lavender. What is it?
You can get it in a special kind of
red to
red.
purple.
Yeah, red to purple.
Do you know the way the leaf is shaped? Can you explain that a little bit?
It's almost needle-like.
Needle-like. Huh. I don't know any plants like that. That's
Lemium? I just typed that in the Google, and that's what came up.
I just had to roll a 19.
Red dead nettle.
Red dead nettle.
Give me a second here. It's most of the ones is kind of purple with the flower portion. It gives this very distinct calming smell. What about you, Chet? Do you have an idea? No, it's not the Nelic.
Well,
I mean, we can come back to it if we
It's
need to.
something that no, it's a small shrub, honey. Like it doesn't get more than a feet tall normally, and it's very bush-like in the structure with its. But has these really small red to purple kind of flowering, and some
Purple?
cases also pink.
Is it you mean stuff like something like dead nettle?
Maybe. Give me a second. I'm looking it up.
That's
Because
what
I
I
see
said.
there's red dead nettle and there's purple
Yeah.
dead nettle.
Yeah, red dead nettle. That's the one that I was saying.
No, it's not that one. I can't remember the Danish word for it either. It's something we
Hmm.
also have a lot of.
Is it? Does it really? The name really matter all that much? We could just
Yeah, I was
name it
gonna say,
something
it
else in the
doesn't
setting.
matter.
Well,
It
we
looks
can
like
we
that.
can do research on it later.
Yeah.
We just gotta
I
remember.
can search for it later.
Yeah, we just gotta remember
Yeah.
like a purple red flower.
I'll just as soon as we find out, I'll be including it in Reek.
Okay,
Right.
that'll work.
But you do find, well, you find Spirits area that has these plants in, and you, as you smell of the flowers, you do get this very pleasant, relaxing smell of them.
And you just heard my character say that she's know about her herbs, so
Technically, I also
you
know
can basically.
I know about herbs too. You're not the only one.
Pepper, you just want to add that you've got 4 raw balm herbs, so you remember that you've got enough for 4 healing balms.
If I'm able to, I'd like to pick a few of those
I
sweet
just
smelling flowers.
need to know where.
Where you're a robot then.
Yeah, you roboted,
The Discord fucked up.
as it tends to do.
Where'd
Can you say
you
it
say,
again,
Pepper?
Pepper?
Trying to figure out where to put it.
Oh,
Oh, like-
in your
you
inventory.
should have a component pouch. Right?
in equipment. In equipment.
It's at the top.
Or just get past to show you.
Yeah.
Just put in there so they're not. You've got enough to make balms. You don't have the balms yet.
Yeah.
You'll have to do that like overnight sort of thing.
Self-crafting.
I'm just gonna put them in notes because I don't know how to put it
Oh, okay.
in the
Yeah.
correct.
It'll do for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna pick some of them if I'm able to. Some of them purple, sweet-smelling flowers.
Are you asking the troop troop to take a halt? Because otherwise you're gonna start lagging behind.
Yeah, a few. I'm
Oh, you can
just
just
saying,
pick
like,
pick a
one-
few as we're walking.
Yeah. Not going full stop. I only need a few. I can grow them eventually if I need to.
Well, that's you assuming that they can grow in the environment around our cave.
I don't know that, so why not try it?
True. And I mean, with your plant growth magics,
Plant
it
growth.
doesn't really matter
Actually-
what the environment is they're in.
Actually, now that I've got space again, I will look for like poisonous herbs as we're going.
It would
that
be a survival.
possible, Pass?
Hmm.
Let's see if he lets me do it.
Excuse me, I was drinking. What was the question again?
I was saying now that I've got space in my bag again, I will look for like poisonous herbs or plants as we go on.
Okay, roll me. You do know you will slow down, like Spirits and Lena would be doing here, as they are
I'll-
trying to forage.
We'll catch up.
I'm not for it. I'm just looking as we're walking, and then if I see some, I'll just like grab a handful. So,
Grab a handful and immediately infect your hand. Yeah.
well, cut it off and well, okay. I guess then
Don't worry, I
I-
can heal him.
first if I have to
I'll
see if
mark
I
it on your
find
map.
anything, and then I'll kind of like cut it off into the bag with my dagger. So it might slow us a little bit, but we'll see if I find anything first. So
If only you had
roll
that
survival
sickle
pass.
right now.
He would still need to touch the plants, which is not necessarily a good thing because some of them are
Bark.
poisonous to the touch.
Yes.
I'll kind of cut
Hey,
it off
if he gets
into
an
my
instec,
bag.
I can heal him.
You can try and treat him, but you might get, poisoned too then.
Do you have protection from poison? Because
I
that
do.
cures poisons.
Mm-mm. Protection from poison, so protection from poison, it doesn't cure you if you're already poisoned.
Perhaps
Well,
this.
can
Or
I?
less,
perhaps
actually,
this-
lesser restoration would work.
Well, I'll roll to see if
Actually,
I find it. If
it's
less.
you touch a creature, if it is poisoned, you neutralize the poison. So yes, it would.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Actually, this gives me an idea.
Uh-oh.
Do I even find anything before we have to worry about anything after that?
In this area, no, you don't really find anything you would say is poisonous. Because it's mostly just grass and a few shrubberies.
Okay. As we're moving forward, I will ask Avis if she could possibly make me like some leather gloves or something when she's got time,
I can
so
do that.
I can not have to worry about poison.
Well, you see, the thing is, you should be asking the leather worker that.
Please let me do things.
No. Silence.
Cries.
Anyways.
You made your wife cry. How do you feel?
Okay, hold on a minute.
It's like I don't need fancy stuff, so all I need is just some leather cut and just sewn together so it goes around my hands, so she can manage that. I don't need like anything fancy.
Sure, I can do that.
I actually remembered what the plant was called in Danish, and I just searched it up in English. It's heather.
Heather?
The highlands are covered in.
Ah.
Oh,
Heather.
okay. Oh, okay. I know now.
I'll collect a bit of those.
Have a really distinct and lovely smell. Also, a really good sleeping agent to put in to your pillow or in a pot to give off their scent because it's apparently very, very calming.
Yeah, it
wouldn't work
basically
on
could
arrows, would it?
be a good idea for people having nightmares.
When I say sleeping agent, it's because it helps you relax by intaking the smell.
Yeah,
You
it's
can't,
not, it's not like
put
an
it.
opium poppy.
Shoot it into
Knock
them.
him the fuck out. Knock him the fuck out.
Just checking.
Just making sure, you never know. You never know.
You are guided up through a small pass in the rocks, where you see this small pathway. You have to walk around that goes a little bit in a zigzag motion.
Yep. There's a winding path up the mountain.
Vislu,
Yes.
before we meet with your elder, is there any particular greeting custom that we should be aware of?
Not really. If you know the common courtesies, then you should be fine.
I see. Trying to be as cordial as I can. As
Good.
you know,
But do
we
not
have not.
step back. Do not show cowardice in case one of the bears wants to give you a little fright.
I see. That is a very good set of advice. I am to assume that as long as we are among your tribe, we should not expect to be harmed by them unless we harm you.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
And look at the little map I made.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Are they giant
Wow.
mushrooms?
No, it's tents.
They're like
okay.
teepees.
Gotcha.
Wow.
I was like, what the fuck? It's like a mushroom.
Let's
Mushroom
go. We
cap.
found a mushroom
Yeah.
village. Let's go.
That's what I thought.
Bro, we
Shit,
found the
From-
mushroom wild.
From what is it? Baldur's Gate. You know, when you go
Yeah,
underground, it
yeah,
looks
yeah.
like that.
And I'm
We found
guessing
the
the one with
myconoids.
the big bear in front is the chieftain's tent.
Probably.
Maybe.
Presumably.
That's a good guess.
But you arrive up through a winding path. I didn't do it the entire winding path because it's like you're coming up to this. The winding path leads up to a plateau where it's very grassy and all that, and then you see like this chasm in to the side further in on top of the plateau where you can see a palisade has been erected. Some earth has been dug out and used to reinforce the palisade.
Mm-hmm.
Which seems to be very wood intensive, even though there isn't, that much wood nearby, which means they
Well,
have transported
They've
this
hurried
here.
it up. Yeah. Are these tents like massive?
Yeah,
Or... Okay.
they
They
like
need to fit the peoples, you know.
No, I know, but it looks like compared to like the fence and that, like they're massive. Like how many families does it look like that each one would contain?
one family per tent.
Oh, one. Okay.
But one family is usually like grandparents, parents, children, and maybe in some cases siblings to the parents might even
Yeah.
be there.
Yeah.
So there can be like a family of what, 12?
Mm-hmm.
Big ass tits.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yep.
God damn.
Right, so we arrived there.
But even still, it's like a smallish village. Oh, you said there was a lot of them, didn't you?
There was only
All
there was
over the
only like
place.
I think they said it was only like 50 of them.
Yeah, that's right.
There were only around 50 of them here, but they are
Yeah.
spread out in small encampments all over.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just
This-
the western tribe.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
They're
But
basically
you-
branch families.
You are allowed in as you're being presented by Vislu. Don't you worry, my good friends. I shall guide you in so you can meet with the elder and our wise chief.
For a moment, you turned Russian.
He is supposed to have a little bit of a Russian accent.
Oh, I see.
I'm giving him a smile and a nod.
You see,
You come
come with
in,
me,
I will
comrade.
guide you
I
to
shall
ta-
show you around for the glory of what people can do.
the people's invitation.
Indeed.
Is Lana recognizing this place particularly?
You have maybe been here once or twice when you were a child, but that's many years ago.
Yeah.
Most of it do look like itself, but I can also see that there has been erected a few extra tents since
Just
your
just curious because people would maybe recognize her if
not really.
It's
You
t-
were here
been too
last
long.
when you were a child. You're an adult now.
How old is Lena anyway?
You don't ask a lady that.
I'm not asking her. I'm asking
put
past.
her at the age 20.
20. Okay.
Like she was given to the nomads to complete a part of her training to become an adult when she was like 8-ish.
Right. And she was originally from the Mountain
Lions.
Lion tribe. Yep. Gotcha.
Because normally children who wish to become healers and whatnot, or priests, or join the nomads outright, they travel with the nomads from a young age so that they, accustoms themselves to the constant travel early on, even. because it is a
Yeah.
hard life.
Mm-hmm.
But as you're being let in, you see a lot of tribes members are starting to get around you and looking at you.
If only the garb stick a sore thumb.
Excuse
That's
me, can you
actually
repeat
curious.
that?
How are people dressed?
Most people are, as it is a little bit cold, you do see people are dressed in skins mostly. But it's not in the same level as you guys are dressed in. Like, it's more for modesty dressing.
See,
Like, as if that you guys can feel the cold in the air. It doesn't seem to bother them at all.
Lucky
you know,
bastards.
adapted to the local climate.
Lucky bastards.
I guess my character must be one of those who freeze the most because
You're used to much hotter climate, yes.
And you're also
yeah, she's basically freezing a little.
and you're also the most underdressed.
Yes.
You see how Lena just like picks out a cloak and like sweeps it over her, and she's still shaking after a while.
Mm.
Can the wildfire spirit maybe help with heating a little bit?
Then it would need to crawl underneath her cloak.
Just be near it so she can feel the heat.
Yeah, be near it.
I mean, it is still made of fire. So it might not be the.
I mean, it's just like sitting next to a campfire.
Yeah, just be near
Yeah,
it.
not if you put it inside your cloak.
Yeah, why would you do that?
It's a
It's a
moving
portable
campfire.
campfire.
That's a horrible idea.
It's a walking campfire. Please put it underneath the cloak. See what happens.
Yeah. I also assume that Deacon is not really bothered by the cold.
Oh, he's not. You see, actually, he's starting to sweat a little bit.
And I'm freezing like hell.
The
Yeah,
rest
that
of you
gives
can
you
also
really
feel the
comfortable.
cold here, but it's not, as bad as it would be for Lena.
Mm-hmm.
But you can still feel the cold. Like, it's starting to get to you, even. See how Deacon is, like, loosening up his cloak a little bit, like he's sweeps it over his arm, starts,
Pass. What's the name of the guide we was traveling with? The name again?
Vislu.
Lena basically asking Whistler really polite. Is there any way to have something less cold? In
Ah,
this
yes, I
area?
forgot you people from the plains aren't used to the cold, I see. Come here. Set yourself by the fire, heat up, little friend.
I think you.
Teeth chattering the whole way.
Now, the rest of you come with me. I will introduce you to our chief and elder.
The wildfire spirit's gonna stay with Lena.
It lays down next to her.
Extra
Igor's
heat.
gonna
Extra comfort.
Igor's gonna exchange his staff, the totem staff.
I'll tell Fang to stay with her as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Elena, you can use this while I'm not currently needing it at the moment. As a
Puts
cloak.
her extra large cloak on top of her. It's like a miniature
Folds her
tent
like
for
a
her.
tent.
Let's go. Free 10?
It's just straight up
That's
right.
blanket. It's straight up blanket.
Who basically give Lana a code?
He just drops it on her and she just disappears.
Who did?
Deacon.
Deacon.
I didn't drop it on her. I just handed it
No.
over.
Just
I'm
joking.
looking really, really grateful at him. Thank you. May the light be with you.
And as you as well.
So the pets,
But
Lena
the
and the
first
pets
place you're being guided over to is the Wolf Rock, out in the middle, and you can see this old, a wizened elder man sit on. He's still tall, but he seems really, really lanky, as if with age he has, lost a lot of muscle mass.
You said wolf rock. Is it like the shape of wolf or vicious as that?
Oh my
Holy
god,
came.
Rio.
Oh,
You're
Oh,
literally,
Bro.
you're literally turning into a robot.
Transform
The
into
AI
a
has
fairy.
gotten to him.
Exactly.
Oh no, it's a void. She's infecting the entire network. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Ep.
She
Wait, can you hear me
transcends
now?
campaigns.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we can.
I was just saying, does it look like a wolf or is it just its name?
It's a rug.
Oh, the pelt he's laying on is a direwolf pelt.
It's a rug, my guy.
Damn.
It's a rug.
Yeah, it's a rock.
Nice.
Oh, rug. I thought you said rock.
No.
Okay, never mind.
A wolf
Rock
rock?
wolf.
Wolf rock? Yes.
Rock wolf?
Yes.
What is this tangent going on?
I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
We're weird.
Yes.
Have you only just noticed?
No.
So everyone except me and
It's just you.
Riot Stalk.
Yep.
You also got my wildfire spirit with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just needed to be sure.
Oh.
I only just noticed, but in terms of the PFP pictures, it's nice that Spears and Riot are right next.
Yep.
The light and dark with their pets.
Edgy and not so edgy.
Ah, welcome, welcome, young ones. Come near, sit a while, and listen, as I shall tell you about. Oh, I see. You're one of those. Huh. But still, welcome. Come, sit down and listen.
What?
One of those?
One of those. Define one of those.
Oh,
Actually-
you're those people.
Your diplomats,
Oh.
your envoys. Oh, those. He thought you might have been children because
Oh,
the
'cause we
size
small?
difference.
Because we small.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm
That
the only
makes
one that
sense.
looks like
Mavis
an
looks unentertained but does sit down.
Also slightly
Thank you.
unentertained.
Thank you.
And Eager's gonna sit in front of him, loaded bullet.
Sits down.
I'll sit as well.
So what brings you to our tribe, you youngsters, it seems? If I may ask.
We are let's say, an emissary of the deer tribe, which has located itself in the forest in the valley. And we, as we were traveling east, stumbled upon one of your barrier stones and the hunting troop. We wanted to come speak to to any tribes in our eastern regions to potentially discuss either trade or even possibly an alliance against the thralls of the west.
I can not give a infinite or definite answer to that, since I can only listen and introduce you to the chieftain with it is, and tell him of your proposal. Of course, you can also try and talk to him yourself, but it will still be his choice. Because you have to remember, he does not only answer to the people here, he also answers to a federation of other tribes of our kin that are spread out both onto the mountains here, but also to the south and east of here.
So I've heard, yes. It appears that you are simply a branch group of a whole.
Yes. Our origin home is a cluster of mountains to the southeast from here. Wherein a wellspring of all life is said to spring forth from in the old tales. But we cannot go to that mountain no more. It is lost to us.
How has that come to pass?
Creatures most foul from the ground and the sky has chased our ancestors from that place. When fire erupted from the sky and torched the mountainside, making the water boil in the area. When the ground shook and the very pillars of our home shattered and collapsed, our ancestors choose to abandon our ancestral home.
Has no one been back there since?
No one dares to. And those few brave souls that have tried have never returned. That mountain means death now, even though it was once where our ancestors supposedly were first created, born, and also where most of our ancestors' bones still lie.
Does this mountain chain have a name?
Clawridge. Because it looks like a massive claw of a bear sticking out of the ground. At least when you're looking for it from the north side.
See. I would like to inform you of the fate of the guardian bear that also happened to wander through our woods.
Oh? What news do you bring of our misguided guardian and
He
protector?
wandered into proximity of our village, eventually stumbled upon one of our gathering parties. Fortunately, we were able to respond in time before tragedy struck, but as a consequence, we did have to put it down. I apologize. But it seemed to be
No.
beyond reason.
No reason to apologize. From it was since that foul people came here. They kept running at our palisades and our walls, and just as they were starting to buckle, our guardian came and tore them asunder. But not long after, where his wounds did not seem to heal, and he began to get sick lost himself, so to speak, and we had to chase him out because he was getting to become a danger to our children and our elderly.
I can see how. Right before we had to put it down, he spoke to us about an evil miasma that supposedly we were spreading. Even though I could say confidently that we were not. It seemed to ooze from his body as well.
You have my thanks. Do you have anything from him you have brought along?
Well, one of his femur bones was used to craft a weapon. Unfortunately, the weapon is lost to us. But
What?
I believe we still have a couple of the bones.
You do
left.
still
Well,
have
uh,
the bones.
The thing with
Amos's
the
axe is out of the bone, but I'm not sure what happened to the axe head because because I feel past you said it became like physical light since it deals radiant damage.
No. It just have like this shim to it of physical, like
Mhm.
take a lighting shape.
I
Like the
see. So
bone
like
is
an
still
edge.
underneath.
I
It's
see.
just like it's got an extra edge of like concentrated light that
I
can come
see.
through everything, anything.
Also, hang out with the femur. Are you referencing Bortosk's weapon because that was from a boar?
yeah, that was
No,
the boar bone, but
No, that was
it had
definitely
its soul in it.
That was
Yeah, it had
no.
the soul in it, but
It had its
the
soul in it,
bone
but
Oh,
it
right,
itself
yeah,
was
yeah,
from
yeah,
the.
yeah. Right.
bone.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, good
no,
point.
no. The first great club he has, he was from a tree. Then he took a bone from a boar you guys killed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Then
and
when you
we
that's
killed
what
put
we
the
the
said.
soul
bear,
in it.
Yeah.
no. Let me finish
Let
up
him
here.
speak. Let him
When
speak.
you then killed the bear, he threw the old femur bone away, and he took one from the bear
Are
to
you
use as.
sure?
Yeah,
Because
he
I
took.
feel like the wasn't like the boar one. Didn't he get it like inscribed with runes so that he could
Yeah,
then get
it
people
was
to
it was too much of a
infuse his
rush.
soul
We
into
just
it?
they
Because
did
I
the
don't feel like
ceremony to put the
Guys,
yeah.
can
the
you
soul
please
into it.
talk one at a time?
Because I feel like I don't feel like he would have just done those rune inscriptions there on the spot. He already had that on the bone he was using, which was from
No,
the boar.
no, the rune
I'm
inscription
scrolling.
came up, were already on the bone. That's why he took that one instead of going to have the bone he already had with inscriptions on.
Hmm.
If you guys remember, I told you when describing the bones of the bear that they had small runic inscriptions on it already. That's why he literally threw the old bone away, took the new one, and used that to basically make a bone club out of.
No, well,
I've
Okay.
scrolled back. I've scrolled back into the recap.
and
I haven't found it yet. Calm down.
oh, I thought you said
Uh,
you
yeah,
have
you said
scrolled back.
you scrolled back, not you're scrolling back.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean I have found it yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, here we
Because
go.
I have
Okay.
it here in my notes that he took
Yeah.
the bone of the bear and used that.
Here it is. Here it is. Bortusk implores them to use its power to enhance his weapon. With the help of the other casters, he imbues the weapon with the soul of the guardian. So it is
Yeah.
actually the original weapon he had.
Mhm.
Wait.
Really?
Hold on. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's what we were saying.
if you remember, because the bear only lost like all of its skin after the soul was absorbed, so there was no way for us to even get the bone first.
Really?
Yeah,
Ha!
Mhm.
the bones were only available to us after we got its soul out of there.
He
Yeah.
asked about he could take one of the bare bones, but you said that he could not transfer the soul.
We did transfer the entire bear carcass, but the bear bones, but they were so incredibly heavy that we actually needed Poison Tooth to help us.
Hmm.
They
I
were just
remember
too
that.
heavy.
I
Okay, so
remember
we
that.
figured that out.
Hmm.
Okay, it's just in my note it says that he exchanged the bone with the new one of the bear as the corrupted flesh dissipated of the bear, and then he took the bone and you did the ritual to capture the soul before it left the leftovers of its body.
No, it was the other way around.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
We will figure that out later.
We'll figure that out
Anyways.
off session.
It's not really that important anyway.
No. The
So,
weapons lost to
well,
us
anyway, so
too.
the guy's
But we
question was.
do have a piece. We do have a piece of him with us.
but
Yes.
you should probably let them know about it because they might go out looking for it. They would probably want the soul back. It's their guardian.
The weapon was imbued with what we perceived to be the soul of the bear, seeming to be more reasonable than before, at least as far as its wielder told us. We don't know where he got rid of the weapon, but we suspect it was up in the mountain range above our cave.
No, he still had it on him when he ran.
Did he?
Yeah, he never. I think he like
He was
thought
gonna
about
bury
leaving
it,
it,
but then
but
he didn't.
yeah.
Oh. So many retcons in this session. Jeez.
Just hit the rewind button a few times. So it's out in the
So-
wilderness somewhere.
As far as we know, he went into wander across the plains, hunting after one of the guardian boars, and we've never
You
seen
see
him
him taking a drink and just spits it all out. He's doing what?
He was.
We know he was a very.
Idiot. He was an idiot.
That's a very impolite way to put it.
You don't hunt the guardians to kill. You hunt them to fight them in an honorable fight. To show that you are worthy from a boon from them. Is he a complete...
Yes, he is
he-
a moron.
He was the last surviving member of the Mammoth tribe.
We were told that he fell, so it may still be on his body somewhere.
Oh no. If that weapon falls into the wrong hands, which I have a feeling it already has, that will be bad.
Would the other bear guardian spirits be able to track its location?
I can try to see if I can sense where it is, but I will not guarantee it. It is a direct connection, because I would still need a piece of either its body or something it has either blessed or...
Oh, we actually do. Avis,
Yes.
your axe, if you wouldn't mind.
All right. She reaches into the air, and it appears in her hand.
The blade of this
Yes.
weapon was made out of one of its bones.
I see you made use of a shoulder blade. Smart choice, young woman.
My fact.
If only we
You
had
see
locate
how
objects.
he, you know, like sits up on his knees and like puts the axe in front of him, and he starts holding his hands out, and they're shaking with him trying, to keep calm as he like motions with his hands over it, and he starts singing in a tongue that most of you probably wouldn't know, except for Deacon in this case, and whoever would potentially speak Giant.
That would be me.
You hear him speaking to the spirit in the bone, to who, or up. He he sings a song to contact the spirit of which this bone belonged to show him a way where the main part of the spirit is, since it is trapped somewhere, so that it can be reunited or released. And you see how his eyes goes completely white as he looks up into the sky with a jerkish motion.
Is he performing a scrying spell?
You're not sure what he's doing. And then comes the scream as his eyes turns pitch black. And his eyes starts to drip with this blackness.
Oh god.
And no good.
Sir, sir, are you okay?
He just screams.
Someone help him!
Lislu looks at him, lifts his fist up and punches the old guy into the ground, knocking him out.
Effective, I guess.
I give a thumbs up to this action.
I'll nod.
I actually hear the scream.
You do. This heart-wrenching scream of pain.
As my natural, I will basically drop the cloak Deacon gave me and go directly towards the scream.
You see an old man that's just been punched into the ground.
I heard screaming. What happened?
I just punched an elder. Whoops.
What happened to him?
I don't know. He was speaking in some weird old dialect.
Do you want me to take a look at him?
I believe the Serpent Tribe has the club.
That black ooze is indicative of it.
And in that
Oh,
case, I know exactly who has it.
I'm
You
looking
suspect
at
it's
the guy
Valdez,
who
don't you?
basically punched him out. Do you want me to take a look at him?
If you please, I wouldn't have, Elder and Kinslayer on me.
Yeah, basically start checking on him.
You saw
Just
the
rolling a
weapon.
medicine
I think I can actually.
pass.
I think I can give you advantage on this.
Roll me
I guess I
medicine.
roll a medicine.
Yes.
Can I help them?
Normal or advantage?
Oh, I don't have medicine. Never mind.
I'm giving you guidance.
I don't have medicine. Never mind. I will shut up.
So
Roll it normally.
So that's slash roll 1d4.
12.
12. You manage to make sure he doesn't die from the head trauma wound he just got. And you also managed to stop his other bleedings, where he apparently started bleeding from his eyes, his mouth, his ears, his nose.
Ugh.
Every orifice.
Pass. So when
looking at
police
the guy who
attacked-
punched him out, he's stapled, but he's need rest.
Yes, Hey, you there! Oh, there! Come here! He needs to be carried in. Yes, I don't care if you're skinning an animal. You get over here and help the elder.
when Valise attacked, you said he had what was it, a sword club?
Something like that.
So did that actually have metal in it, like copper or
I
anything,
think it was obsidian
to make
glass.
the blade, or was it
Oh.
bone? Pass.
Oh,
When Valise attacked, you said he had
when-
what was it, a sword club. So was it metal in it, or was it bone? the bladed bit.
Did any of you actually pay attention to that?
Technically,
Well,
none of
I
us did.
guess we didn't know. Yeah.
I
None
feel
of
like
you-
we would have seen though. Like if there was if it was a strange weapon, I feel like we would have taken a look at it.
Yeah, but we also didn't know what metal was then. We'd
Mhm.
taken their stuff, but we hadn't worked on it. So we knew there was a
Roll-
blade on it anyway.
Somebody
We could-
may roll me.
We could try and think of it retroactively.
Oh, okay,
You
yeah.
can
Could we
roll
think
me
back
an
on it?
intelligence roll.
just-
Anybody who wishes to think back.
I'll try and bring it
Sure.
back.
Will do.
It's not gonna end well.
If he's needing more medical attention,
Intelligence.
please say so. I'll be down in just the second you call.
I will assume Deacon can because he was not there.
You can't
You
because
were
you
not
weren't
there.
there.
That's what you get for joining the party late. Get wrecked,
Lol.
nerd.
Let's see here. Avis, that's a 13. It's a little bit fussy for you. Eager, you're not entirely sure how it looked like. 14 the same. It's a little bit fuzzy, but you do remember it looking like it was made of woods. Different assortments of woods, and something you can't exactly explain.
I feel like I remember what it is.
Wait, who rolled twice with their intelligence?
That's eager because he used luck, I
I'm
imagine.
pretty sure he used
Ah.
that.
It's the same for you, Eager, with your 14. Ryeth, you were up close and personal with him, as one of the few who actually were. You remember it to be a small array of stone knives
Okay.
of high quality, even because you didn't recognize the material the stone were made out of. You just felt it as he slashed you once with it, how easy it cut through everything. Because I remember he slashed you once.
I don't remember, but I'll take your word for it.
We'll take the word for it.
You took some pretty brutal damage from one hit.
I think everyone but
Yeah.
you
Okay.
took brutal damage.
The one who have been slashed mostly was Botox when he still was there.
Mm-hmm.
I actually
Okay.
remember Avis being
Yeah.
on 1 hit point because of
I
it as
was
well.
I was up close and personal with him, wailing on him while he was hold personed.
Yeah, and then he like broke free, looked at you, whacked you once, almost dropping you to crit. When they were start having a toss out with
Mhm.
Bortusk, till the rest of the party came up
I
to intervene.
I
And then
remember
he started beating each one of you almost.
yeah, because he had that second phase thing, and also I remember him. I remember me rules lawyering the shit for my life because you were trying to use an unarmed strike as a bonus action as a not monk.
Anyway, I'll let everyone know. Okay. You remember he had that club with material blades in it. It's good. Now that I think back, it wasn't copper, so it seems they don't have that advancement yet. But he definitely would have swapped out that club.
That
Which
is if he
means-
found it.
Well, it seems that they have from what happened to the elder.
What makes you think his father may not have taken up the weapon?
So, what specific happened here? Since you punched an elder.
He cast a spell to find an enchanted weapon, and it seems that one of the leading members, one of them that we've dealt with before, have found it. And while he was in that trance, it seems that he was overcome by whatever protects them. And so he was hit to break the spell.
I'm definitely going to check on him later then.
He received magical backlash.
Because that maybe needs some extra help.
This is bad. Really bad.
Yeah.
We'll have to get stronger ourselves as well.
And we'll have to find a way to isolate him again.
Unless it's, as you said, his father has it.
Wouldn't that be even worse?
Yes.
What is the thing you're talking about right now?
One of our former companions had a very, very powerful weapon that housed the spirit of the Bear Guardian. He
Are you
ran
talking
out on our
about?
party.
Are you talking about the story our chieftain mentioned with a guy making almost an explosion with a weapon?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah,
Oh,
big,
Oh,
big old mammoth man.
He wasn't old. He was young and foolish.
Well,
just
I,
remember her to
I can
describe
agree
him
with that
as the most
statement.
stupid person she ever met.
He did indeed not think a lot before acting. In some sense, it could be said that there was not an attempt to suppress his his anger. We just tried to aim his anger. Unfortunately, stupidity can't be aimed.
Yeah, it can only be cured by hard work and willingness to try to develop your brain.
His stupidity, his stupidity killed him once. He returned and continued. I don't think he would learn,
You cannot
no matter
change
how
what
Some
you
much I
can.
tried to
people,
help.
You cannot change what you cannot acknowledge, and he wouldn't acknowledge his own shortcoming.
I tried to help
some,
him!
the worst part is that if a person doesn't want help, you sadly can't be there for them. Don't see it as a failure, but see it as he wasn't ready to get help. Never your
Not
fault.
the kind of that's not the kind of thing that should cost you your life, though. Any life should be maintained.
Yes, any human life should be maintained. And it's heartbreaking that people's stupidity make the life so short sometimes. And the
Curiosity
only thing you
kills
can
the
do
lion.
is learn for their mistakes.
But with you going down memory lane, shall I before you take too long, shall I introduce you to the chieftain?
That would be wise.
Yes, it
Now,
would have.
since the altar is out of commission for the next few hours,
Yeah, he'll need some time.
you
I'll
sure he's not
probably
gonna die? Because I don't want Kinslayer or Elder Kill on my resume.
I have stabilized him enough for keep him alive. I will check up on him later on.
And it'd be
Good.
wise to keep an eye on him if he starts acting erratically like he wasn't before.
Will do.
So I
I'll just
beg of
punch him
you
out again.
guys that we're not gonna travel
Maybe
further
try
until I'm
non-violently
certain.
dealing with it.
Well, I can also just hold him down while someone gives him a sleeping cure. So he can figure out what to do with him.
That'll work.
If he becomes too erratic, just restrain him. It's not often, but it is possible to break from the mind control of the thralls.
I hope it's okay with you guys that we just get him fully stabilized before we leave this place. I feel it's my duty
That seems fair.
as
Seems
my
fair.
service to my god.
That seems fair, as considering we asked him to look.
Yes.
But for now, Vishnu, take us to your chieftain, if you please.
Of course, of course. You see how he walks on top of the bear pelt and says, "You wait here," and he goes into the tent. And there goes a few minutes, and you see Vishnu walks out again. Alone. In another garb. Still with a bear skin tied over his shoulder. But you now see he's wearing a bear skull.
Was this guy the chief all along?
Always has been.
Clever.
Clever girl.
Does it mean that we have been talking to the chief all along?
Yes.
Very
Hang on,
casually, too.
let pass confirm.
Yes, you have been talking to the chief all along.
Very casually, too.
He's the chief of a small a branch of a tribe of a federation. Of course, he would also be the one who is at the first, is the leader of the bigger hunts that goes out from the tribe. What do you think
Yes.
him for?
I'm not
Especially with this
surprised.
type of people. Especially remember what he was saying, that the leader should be the strongest. So that makes total sense.
Well, he also claimed that the chieftain was bigger than him. So
Well, he wears something that makes him look bigger.
oh.
Yeah, the bear skull.
Bruh.
You also see that he has decorative braces made of bones around his wrists. And is that the lower arm? That is the lower arm.
And we can clearly tell that he wearing the garb of a chieftain.
Yeah. Like, he even is also carrying a necklace with a bear head carved out of either old bones or some material that is whitish yellow in it. You're not entirely sure if it's
He's wearing
bone.
all. He's wearing all the fancy shit.
Oh,
So, friends,
I'm not surprised.
how can I be of help?
oh, I'll be honest, I was not expecting that.
Ha! Don't you worry, friend. And he like claps you on the shoulder. You feel like as if a mountain just got dropped on it.
Oof. Oof.
I'm glad you're on the
Oh,
receiving
I'm
end of
sorry.
that.
I thought you could take that. You seem, big and strong to take it.
Oh,
I mean, he.
I can take it. I'm just, I have my own issues from the past that cause me somewhat vulnerability. That aside, um, Chieftain Vishnu, it is an honor, and once again, we request permission to trade or perhaps even align our goals of what would be the right word here?
defeat.
militaries.
You're asking for my warriors to go and bleed and die in a fight that you seem to have caused yourself.
How have
Oh
we
no.
gone?
We request that if the situation arises where another attack happens to either of our tribes, the other runs to their aid.
He sits down on the bear pelt, and he takes out another skin where you can see that there's a in-painting of mountains, rivers, forest, hills, looking pretty much like the region map.
And they have seen it before because Bartok had one.
Mhm. His was different kind of marking, but this is not entirely colored, but it's
Died a
has
little
more.
bit.
It's a little bit dyed in it. Some of the dye has faded, as in it's an old map.
It does have more detail than Bortusk.
Yes.
Do we see anything special on it that we didn't know about?
Not. Then you would need to roll me something for that.
All right, just taking a peek.
Well,
Is that investigation or something?
That would be investigation. This because you would also need to decipher what's on the map, basically, from what
Mm-hmm.
you can see.
Whammus, 25.
Jesus Christ
That is a
Almighty!
That is a natural 19.
Mm-hmm.
The max roll in the guidance.
I'm taking a check too.
Since I'm proficient with cartographer tools, would I be able to just use my tools to make the check, or would it still just be investigation?
Wait, how did you get cartographer's tools?
It's one of the one of the tools that I had.
It's one of the starting stuff we can choose.
Oh, right. Because you have access to something else. That's right. You can just roll that with advantage, basically, because you do know how to read some of these maps.
16.
Your DC is also lower than the rest. Lena, you sadly do have a certain understanding, but you don't find anything worth than you already know of the region, especially since you have been walking through it a lot.
Actually,
I
pass.
basically
Would,
just see, hey, it's a map.
pass. Would
Mhm.
I be able to roll as well since I've been wandering for years?
You would be able to. You would even be able to point out some places that might be interested that's not on the map, if you want to. But you never truly do play all the cards on the table.
Hmm. Well, can I at least see it and not
You
tell
can
people?
see it. You will also be able to roll an investigation because you look at it and you need to decipher it a little bit with some of the iconographic what it actually means down there
No.
for you to have an
My
understanding of it.
my investigation shit. So probably I would know, but I can't. I haven't used maps, so I don't
Yeah,
understand it.
that's why you kind of need to
Oh,
sit
Still
and
though, god
okay.
dang.
decipher it.
Never mind.
Like that's what I'm like saying, that you need to sit down, look at it, and try and decipher what different things mean on it. Since none of you have actually used maps before, really, other than the few crude ones Bortos have made.
Fucking
Avis
three.
with a 25 though, and Ryef with a 19. You do pay attention that the mountain you guys are occupying is called Copperback Ridge.
Mm-hmm.
So they know it is Copperback Ridge, but they think it's just a name. But we would know that it's what the copper actually is. Would that be the case?
They apparently know what copper is.
Oh, okay.
since they have named it a Copperback Ridge.
I thought it
But
might
it
have
can
been a
also
name
be an
from antiquity.
it can also be a name of antiquity. You're not entirely sure actually what means by Copperback, because that's like a name, for example, and that's like, wait,
Oh,
someone
okay.
called Copperback? Wait, who?
So, do we see anything other any the other special things on that map?
You also pay attention that there are some names on the map. Like there is a area where it's called Bartusi's Folly. For you who can read Giant.
Well, I can't read anything, so.
No,
I-
but those who would understand runics of Giants,
okay.
so to speak.
That's only Ego, isn't it? And
That's
Deacon.
Deacon and me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And-
I can see what things are from what it looks like, and they know from reading it.
Yeah.
Does there appear to be anything mapped on like the places that we roughly know the shards are?
Mm.
Like where we're going?
Oh, you're talking about further eastward.
Yes, because I want to know what's ahead. That would be smart.
As you look upon it, you see that there is something that is marked on there, but you cannot read understand giant. Correct,
You wanna
Davis?
point it out to
No,
one of them.
I wish I had eyes of the rune keeper.
Point it out to one of the ones that can read it.
I'm gonna point it out to the ones that can read it.
Can I have a check now?
Sure.
Right?
God dang.
Not bad.
We're just gods with these maps apparently.
Yeah.
We've never seen one, but this is we're good at them.
Yeah. Well, Bortus was carrying him around, so we learned.
You learned
Quick
some
learner.
of the basic iconography to understand what simple things meant on a map.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, this is a little bit more advanced because you can also see that there are like iconographic of animals on it and whatnot.
Right.
But you see a dotted thing to the east with a small name written underneath.
What does Eager read the name as?
Tomb of Starfallen.
Tomb of the Star.
Well, that definitely sounds like there would be a piece of the Moonstar shard there. So,
You're just not going to mention it out loud right now, but he'll definitely inform you of it later.
what does the terrain look like around there?
Rocky. It's mountain.
I see. So we're gonna have to travel through mountains to get there.
Mm-hmm.
What was it again? Tomb of the Starfallen.
Yeah.
Either tomb or tombs of
Right.
Starfallen.
Does the giant script not specify the plural?
No, it doesn't.
I guess the
It quite literally just the word means burial place, but it doesn't have a plural to it, so it's just burial place of, and then scripture of star and fallen.
It leaves it open to interpretation.
Yes.
I guess the only language on this map is giant.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's very, very finely decorated and all that. It's just like, oh my god, this is so pretty. Squawk, can you guys read this? This is amazing. I've never seen so many colors before.
What about I know there's also in the northeast and northwest areas are also shards. Are those mapped?
wrong. Map
Or I
item.
guess from this position it would be directly north. Northwest.
From this position, it would be directly north. You see just a name of the entire area called Sea of Grass, or the Grass Sea, depending on the translation of it.
Sea of Grass. That's the one directly north. And the one northwest.
I'm dragging you guys from the tribe to the region map so we can. You mean the one over here?
Yes, that one. That's northwest.
Over here? That is west.
Well,
Yeah,
nah.
it's northwest from where we are.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of westy north. It's kind of west northwest, I guess.
It's northwest west.
Like you see a dot, basically somewhere around here, where it's called Tomb of Starfallen.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have one up here, area up here that's called the Sea of Grass or the Grass Sea, depending on how you translate it, but it means the same thing. And then over here, you see a marking of a tribe called Land of Oaks.
Land of
Oh. I am most certainly gonna see that, and
I'm just noting all of these names down
Yeah,
for
so
the positions
Right.
of my shards.
mm-hmm.
This this says oak.
Where?
points out this area.
On the map, it's also a very heavily forest area, even more heavily than the area you guys are used to travel in. Like, it's just like massive in marks of trees on top of trees, kind of mapped out on.
Dense forest.
Yeah.
That
It's,
That's where
it's,
the
it
serpents
translates
are.
to oak.
Well, basically,
I-
it means the land is basically west of the river. West of is called Land of Oak.
So I was home the whole time.
Okay, why was the chieftain even bringing out the map again?
As you guys are looking over it, you see how he like starts putting some figurines or small bone pieces, rounded bone pieces on.
Bone marbles.
Basically, not rounded, like a tap, like a small
Ah.
tap of, for example, bone or wood. He places down like a small circle on. We're here. He places one down, and this is where my tribe is. You guys are somewhere over here, and he puts one somewhere over here on the Copper Ridge.
I shifted to the approximate position.
Then he puts one up here, pretty accurately, where he knows where the Lion tribe is. And then you see him putting like 15 other down in this area, like spread out.
Hmm.
I don't have the extended map right now of the region, but I can kind of. Wait, didn't we give you guys access to the world map?
I think so.
Yeah,
We've
did-
seen it
Yeah,
before.
we do
did
have.
see the world map. I don't know if it's implemented on roll 20.
Yeah, it is. We've been. Okay, it's just
This-
pure white.
That's just
Yeah,
that's just.
Oh
yeah.
no!
Isn't this our drawing sheet?
No, it's not the drawing sheet. Drawing...
Do we have
Did
that still?
Did it
the
delete?
doodle sheet.
You're not telling me it actually have deleted. Give me a second. I need to
It
go
should
through.
still be in arts, right?
I mean, you still have the file, don't you?
Give me a second here. I'm looking for world map.
Although the world map also needs to be updated. How much area has been explored? Yeah, there it is.
Oh, okay.
Wrong
Yeah,
layer. It was a token layer. Whoop.
Wrong size.
That's the satellite view.
We have become almighty gods looking down upon this world. Alright, there we go.
There we go.
So this is the map he has. This is how far
No,
out it
no,
is.
no, 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 no,
Okay.
no.
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 Oh, this is just for us out on above game.
Like his maps like covers like give me a moment here. I'm gonna draw a box for you guys.
Oh. It's okay.
Does his map have the new giant tree on it?
No, it does not have the tree, but you know where the tree would be in this case.
Yeah, yeah.
I imagine we can see it from this, from like if we stand outside.
You actually can.
Pretty fucking huge.
Yeah.
Surprised they haven't drawn it on the map
Yeah,
yet.
I was gonna say you should add that.
Well, this is an old map. They probably have newer ones.
Oh, okay, that's true. Yeah. Pass. Do I see anything that would resemble a volcano on that map?
No, you do not.
It's just barely out of out of the map.
Damn it.
Though you do see that the area here is getting more and more hot.
I'll make a note of that. Mental note.
Mental note has been acquired.
Ryoth will remember this.
Exactly.
This is where the second team was, right? The
Yeah.
island in this
Yeah.
little.
Right there.
Yeah. Okay. In the lake, yeah.
That's like a year's travel from where we are to them.
Oh, hold on. Pass is spreading.
He's polka dotting
Oh,
the
these
map.
are-
There's the other little tribe, the friends.
He's polka dotting the map. Let's go.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was a tribe up there. Okay.
Oh, he said they.
Oh, that's.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
Ooh.
Not gonna
Hey,
be friends with that tribe much longer.
That looks familiar, doesn't it, Avis?
Is Avis actually reacting on him putting that over there?
Just starts sweating profusely.
No, she
Yeah.
She kind of looks at it for a little bit, but she's good at hiding things, so she's not actually.
Is
It doesn't
she
seem
though?
like.
Is she
She
though?
though?
With only one
Fine.
success on
Okay,
deception
fine.
ever?
I roll a deception, and if I'm probably gonna fail
Yeah, roll
miserably
deception.
because it always happens, and I am
Yep.
unable to
Yep.
roll.
I believe
Fuck
in
all
you.
of you. I'm great at deception. I've never failed it once in my life.
Yeah, sure.
That's
you
a
have.
fucking lie, and we know it.
Yeah,
shut
exactly.
up.
But I
Shut
rolled
up.
good deception, so you believe it.
Hey, if you
You-
failed, I will just ask you if the baby is being a bitch.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
you failed that deception in IRL.
It's a 26 deception to have her not react at all to that specific tribe.
But
Mhm.
you see that this mountain is called the Forbidden Mountain.
Nani?
Avis immediately wants to go there.
Forbidden Mountain.
Is
Hey,
that
Pass,
where
can
you
you
came from?
give a little point where on this map the stone area we are headed to would be around?
Right here, right?
Also-
Behind these mountains?
Yeah.
It's like somewhere right here.
It's
Right.
no. It's right in the between
Yeah,
where you guys are
indicated right in
here
between.
and a
the
tribe
other
that's
dot.
here.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
They're
like,
like
yeah.
in between here.
It's on the ridge of that mountain chain. But can you also make an indication of where this clawback ridge was?
Is it on this map?
Claw what?
The claw ridge thing,
clawback.
where they came
The
from.
one you
The
mentioned.
giant
The
people.
one you mentioned in the whole story.
It was just Claw Ridge.
But
The
it's
other
also
was
called
the Copperback Ridge is where they are now.
Where
Oh,
we are.
No, you guys are living in the Copperback.
Oh, we are. Okay.
This down here I'm marking with white is called the Forbidden Mountain, but you also see that it looks like with four claws,
Shaped
like
of a
four.
claw.
Yeah,
Right.
that's where they
Okay.
came from.
mhm.
It's their ancestral home.
Right.
You have
Tomb of the
somewhere over
Starfallen.
here is one of the stars. You know, one is somewhere up here,
Roughly.
and you know one is over here somewhere.
Would
That's gonna
Lena be able
suck.
to point out? Would Lena be able to point out which of the tribes she remembers?
She would.
I will start pointing.
Proceeds to point.
The tribe up here is another bear tribe. All the ones who are like on this mountain and south of it is bear tribe.
And I can basically remember that.
You can remember that as you're looking at it, because you know that no one you have not heard of any other tribe. You might not have known all of them that is here on the southern open area, but you know that it's highly chance that it's bear tribe.
I'm
The
basically
one that
pointing
is
out.
over here, if I may speak without being interrupted, you know the one that's over here is one you came from last year, doing a travel that ended last year, and you basically just came back, uh, is called the Hyena Tribe.
Why are these guys all cool predators and we're the deer?
You know, the ones up here is the Ram.
Give me a second, as I'm gonna take some notes.
Whoa!
What?
Yeah.
Excuse me, I was coughing while I was trying to say something.
Okay, so hyena tribe.
The
Ram.
one that is up here is called the Ram.
Are you gonna add all these names later to this map once it's updated?
I will add them together with symbols.
Okay, thank you.
When you said was something.
The one that's up here, that is of the Ram. So mountain goat basically, or rams. The one that is over here is of the boar.
Man, we really keep pissing off boars.
Side eye, side eye.
This land over here on the map is called Land of Oaks.
Have I been there? So basically, how many of those do I actually know? Because basically, then my character just start pointing out those she knows.
Like the ones you know. Give me a second here. I'm gonna do a rectangular.
Sorry, my internet dropped out. What were the other tribes? I got hyena tribe, ram tribe,
Boar
And boar.
tribe.
boar.
Like that one and this one and the ones that are over here is all bear tribe you know of.
Yeah, they're all bear tribe, right?
The ones that are further south of that, from what he tells, is also bear tribe. So they are spread out, but there are plenty of them.
Which one was the boar tribe?
The one
The
that's
boar is
all
the
the
one
way to the
Avis
west of the river.
basically blasted.
Avis's friends, right? Gotcha.
My friends.
Is
Totally.
there any indication of an eagle tribe?
you see that he holds a tap and places it down here in the middle. And he said there was a tribe here, but it's gone now. And then he removes it again from the map.
We are aware. Some of them have fled in our direction and are now under our protection.
Oh, what tribes have you been collecting?
We have well, one of our former companions was from the Mammoth tribe. We have we have provided
Oh.
refuge to a selection of people from the Eagle tribe, and we also currently house a member of a Sparrow tribe.
Ah, Sparrow tribe. They use. He stops for a moment, thinks about it. They used to be here in the by the river. They traveled up and down the river most of the time, both on the east and western side.
Oh, surprising that we haven't run into them before then. Although we have not been on the western bank of the river.
But you say Mammoth tribe.
Yes, the one remaining surviving member. Although it appears that
He
they
points
told us.
somewhere outside the map. They should be, last I heard of any tribe of mammoth men, they should be up here, somewhere, beyond even my reaches of knowledge.
Really? Curious how he wandered this far then.
Maybe,
Although he did tell
maybe
us that they were attacked by the savages and only the females survived. Taken as slaves.
yes, they usually take children and women, slaves, adult males if they're not, well, like me or you, they eat them. Unless they are low on resin, then they'll still eat them.
Ooh. Cannibalism.
But
Ear
to
does actually get a rather disgusted face.
down here, I do not know. The Badlands to the southwest is unknown to my people. Um, though we have heard that we might have cousins down there, we have never ourselves traveled down there. Only distance to what some few travelers that might wander through the place have
I
told
see.
us.
Well, for Badlands, it sounds rather inhospitable, so I'm surprised that anyone would be able to survive in there.
It might be, it is dry and warm lands, but there is also um, vents of heat and in some cases melted rock that spew down in the Badlands. Yeah, some of the stories our people have heard from travelers and storytellers that come by.
Ooh. Sounds even more
Usually,
volatile.
But the tribes
usually,
who live down there are hardy, strong, and potentially kin, since they can live there.
usually, you said that you knew of the Oak tribe.
Yes.
Can you tell me about them?
It is stories from my great, 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 great ancestors that tells of a mighty tribe of um, leave ears that lives or lived to, and he points over to here in the great forests that are on the far bank of the river.
I'm guessing that these stories speak of the Oka tribe. I'm I'm descendant from them, and they became the Oak tribe.
Ah, I see. Hmm. Well, it is an honor to have one of the oaks here. And he says and gives a courteous bow. I understand that you have lost your homeland, like many other tribes has lost their homeland, so I can only say that I feel the sorrow that you must feel.
Yeah, it looks like the Serpent tribe have decided to take it as their own.
Serpent
And
tribe. Is that what they called themselves?
The savages, yeah.
Ha.
It is because of the entity that they seem to revere.
can I ask you another question? Have you
Yes.
ever heard of the name Kalik? My
I
mother,
might have.
my mother told me that I, when I grew up, I asked her about my father. She told me that he was a great man, that he saved her, and they fell in love, and he would leave from time to time, travel the land, and help people, and then return. And he was away when they attacked. I always thought that it was, you know, she was telling me that because I was a child. As I grew, I believed that it was all.
I have heard a story of Kellic the Wanderer.
Huh, all this time.
But again, that
I
is from my when my parents were children. Those stories were told, and potentially even by my grandparents, even to them.
mm, of course, I knew it was a bedtime story.
No, 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 no. These stories that is told is how Kellic came to our people and helped us.
Yeah, she probably knew of this story and just.
If you truly are a son of Kellic, then I can only say you shall be treated as an honored guest and friend.
Wait, I. I'm just all flustered and confused, trying to come to terms, like always thinking that it was rubbish and not being able not being able to believe it.
Actually, pass. Do the name Kelligist points something in my head because I have been a traveler too.
Oh yeah, it does. There is a story of Kellic the Wanderer, Kellic the Medicine Man, Kellic the Hunter, the Warrior.
I will actually start. You mean
There are
well?
many stories of Kellic that travel of his travels, and every tribe at least have one of their own, almost. At least up here in
I'm actually start telling Riot about those stories. I also heard about the Akalik actually, and I start just telling about small bits of the stories.
I
Listing off all the different names.
yeah, like the titles he have gotten over the ages and eons.
This is starting to
That
sound like
man
a
is
conversation
your
Bilbo had with
father.
Smaug.
It's like,
Is that man
uh,
actually is your father? Your father was a great hero, and you should be proud of the bloodline.
I just kind of sit down and is just like mind blown.
Like
Don't worry, I
you
can
you
tell
guys
you the
hear like a
stories.
small explosion, and you see like the top of his skull like just like jumps off a little bit and just like starts rolling, setting itself a little bit ajar, and like smoke comes out of it, and his ears just like.
I'm basically looking at right. Don't worry, I can tell you the stories in more details later on.
I, sh- she told me he was just a human. Um, this this will take me a while to process.
Hmm.
This is a lot.
The stories I heard, was he total human or was he something else?
Depending on who you ask, if it's a giant story, he comes as a giant. If he comes to some of the smaller elven tribes, he comes either as a man, half elf, or an elf. If you ask some of the other tribes,
But the
he
story
is
I
more.
heard,
The stories you have heard is mostly of either as a man, a giant, half elf, elf in this case.
he could maybe be half an elf, actually.
Um, I I guess t-
That
he
actually makes sense because he have lived so long.
he he would have had normal ears though. So I mean, he could have been half elves with human ears, I guess. So hmm.
But the way that he is described in the story is always he comes, helps with a problem, maybe stay for the tribe for a year or so, and then he travels on. Like he doesn't stay anywhere for a long time. He always goes on to the
He
next
doesn't
place.
settle down.
And if Uka was here, she was basically look at him. Sounds familiar?
But she's not.
Just joking.
If Uga were here, she would be shooting lethal at Ryef.
She will roast him like she's never been roasted before.
And no, Jess, he is not inspired by Loki. How dare you? Even though you might be a little bit correctly on it, still bad, Jess. How dare you spoil the lore?
Lol.
Really?
Just king.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys can uh
But
move move on. I need to think.
but the only thing I can say is that I can only answer for my tribe. That in case you do get attacked, we can see if we can help you. I cannot give a promise because it depends if we are tied up in something too. If you want my tribe's federation to help you. I can send a runner to one of the other tribes, or our major, the biggest tribe, where we also have the gatherings at, and I can go and talk with them then to have your tribe be assisted by ours, United Clan.
Of course, it would be under the presumption that if you need our help, you can but call on us, and we will arrive shortly as well.
Yes, and of course you would be able to come here and we can barter with materials and whatnot. As I will say, will be custom between our folk.
Yeah, they
Yes.
But
have.
I cannot answer for the other groups. If they see you trespass into their territories, I cannot speak for them. You can come to my tribe here, and you will be able to trade with what meager things we have to trade with.
I see. It would be interesting because it seems that at least your map seems to indicate that you are aware of what copper is.
Hmm? We know what copper is. Yes, it's
Yes.
a fine crystal.
Do you have a steady supply of it here?
We have some of it. Why?
They have a
does it
crafter who
seem like
makes pretty
they
good
are
use of it.
does it seem like they're using it as the jewelry that we formerly saw it as, or are they actually implementing it in the new way that we've discovered?
From what you can see, in the necklace he's wearing, you can see that there are tied small crystals of copper into the necklace, like small bits of it that has like been very carefully grinded, so it doesn't have any edges and like been bound or glued into a necklace piece.
Right, but
So
So
still,
they're
that would be a
fixing
but
no.
still technically in its pure form.
Yes, it's still in its pure form, not melted.
Hmm.
Basically, my character does it. They have a crafter back home who
Uh,
made
d-
Wow.
special stuff.
Lena, eh, let's not trade out secrets before we know how it affects our standing.
Of course.
What does he mean by that? You
Well,
found another use for copper?
yes, we have, which is why we seek it out.
Hmm.
And of course, might be other things that we are able to supply you with that you do not have around here.
Granted, we reach an agreement.
Well, um, the reason why the mountain range is called Cobbleback Ridge is cause there is an old story about it. That the entire ridge line is what once was a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
A dragon.
Of earth, rock, stone, a resting place for a primordial dragon of earth and stone.
Oh,
Are we living inside of the corpse of a dead dragon?
I think we would find that it would be more organic if that was the case, Avis.
If it's an
After
earth
all,
dragon,
stories. After all, stories may just be stories.
I would like to point out that when a dragon dies and it decomposes, it actually turns into a part of the land over time. Not for it doesn't decompose in the regular way that non-magical creatures do. They literally become part of the land, and some of their body will literally transform into, for example, mountains if they're big enough.
Huh.
So it basically could be a dragon we
So
living
we
in.
could be living in the corpse of a dragon.
It could be, but it wouldn't be the corpse of a dragon.
No, it would be a dragon corpse transformed into a mountain.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Basically, you don't need to envision body horror.
I
When you
know.
don't need to.
But it's fun to envision body horror.
We love go anyway.
Okay.
We must go to the heart
do
of
that,
the dragon.
Do that with things that are actively menacing against us. Okay. Like.
How dare you disturb my ancestors' bones, you young kids?
Who gives a shit?
So basically, what is the plan right now?
Igor kicks Ilum.
No, this wasn't Elam
Oh,
saying
that wasn't
this.
canon.
That
That was
wasn't
out of
canon.
character.
No.
But yeah, the point is we need to reach an agreement with this bear tribe.
Listen, I'm willing to open for trade. We can see what you can bring to the table, on a condition that you bring us some of the bones from our guardian back. And I'll see what I can do to help you out.
Shifty eyes.
Oh,
Shifty
that
eyes.
most certainly seems doable. We did
If
manage
we
to salvage the entire skeletal structure.
If possible,
we
I would
ate
like...
some of them.
You did what?
Oh boy.
Did
You actually
have to
say that?
Ryeth?
No,
What?
I don't say it out loud. I was just telling. I was above board. I was just telling the rest of the group that.
Hey, guys, remember we ate some of them. Vislu, turns to look at Rive. You did what?
Yeah, we sort of could have just ate him. Don't worry about it.
Bone soup.
It was delicious.
It was
Also,
a
we
great bone soup though.
fainted afterwards.
Yeah, we all went to sleep. It's a great night's sleep.
And it most certainly empowered us.
I guess you're not gonna say that to him.
No, I'm still in shock. I'm not saying shit.
I feel like there's a moment.
So anyway,
I see that most certainly as a suitable trade. Although we will need some assistance with the transportation, as the skeleton of the bear is so heavy that we were not able to lift it ourselves. We actually required the aid of a dragon.
You what?
Wow. We go from
Yes, we have a friendly relationship with a dragon of the green kind in our camp.
He looks at you?
waves.
So you're telling me
Mhm.
you have a dragon in your encampment?
Mhm.
He is
And
but a youngling.
But yes.
Where did you get him from? He looks like a little bit confused, like...
Wild story.
You say he's a youngling, where did you get him from?
Wild story.
He was lairing among the tomb of the barrows, not too far from the burial stone where we encountered each other.
Ah. The Batusi's far alley, I see.
Mhm.
Don't worry,
Yeah,
I was shed
created a
too
lair
first time I
there.
saw it.
And through some curious situation, one of our tribesmen has become its supposed mother. I don't know how she pulled that off.
Wait,
You
are
should
you
have to
telling
ask
me
her that.
you're telling me that one of your women have shagged a dragon?
Oh no
No,
no no
no,
no
no,
no
no,
no no
no,
no no no
no.
no no no
That's
no 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 no
not what
no.
happened.
Hold on.
I wasn't there for it, but that I can assure you that's
That
not
is
what happened.
not what happened.
It's mother, not its mate.
No. For it to call her. Hmm.
Believe
That's
me,
quite
if that was, believe me, if she was its actual mother, then she would not be simply 16 years old.
This is a wild day, isn't it, for you?
By the way, she's 18.
Oh, she's 18?
Yeah, Jimmy was
Mhm.
16.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Bella was 18.
Sorry. Retcon that.
Again.
Rewind.
You fucked up the ages. How dare you? The fuck?
So you're
Rewind.
telling me that you have a cup of a dragon in your encampment, and it thinks one of your tribe members is its mom.
Mm-hmm. More or less.
Pretty
Correct.
much.
I see
Although
you
it
did.
does have
You live with the entire family.
it does have a potentially volatile attitude, though.
They always will have that. It is a wild creature, though of higher power than we would ever be able to attain with our bloodline so thin.
It seems to be afraid of the
In
oldest
fact,
in
actually,
the family.
in fact, actually,
And Igor is gonna take off the green scale necklace that he has.
these are some of his scales.
From size and hardness, it is a young one. They're still a little pretty bendable, but I'm sure you could make some fine jewelry of them. When he gets when he
I do have a concern that when he gets older and as he continues to grow, perhaps our home cave will no longer be large enough for him.
Oh, I'm sure he will dig it out. There's stories of them be able to carve out entire mountain ranges just because they didn't want to fly.
Isn't that more effort?
What?
I feel like that's both slower and takes more effort.
If it can't fly?
Oh, if it can fly.
Like, there are some of the dragons that cannot fly, like an earth dragon. It has no wings.
I thought you said if they didn't want to fly.
Remember, almost every dragon is magical in nature. They'd probably find a way to still be.
But what else do you wish to bring onto the table?
Plenty of shock.
Hmm.
Plenty of shock.
Is there
value for
anything?
this poor man.
Is there anything else that we came here specifically? Yes, there is one thing that we are searching for in the proximity of this mountain range that you've taken refuge, taken home in.
My great grandparents' bones lies in these mountain. It has been a home for quite a while.
I see. But perhaps you know more of the area and might be able to put us in the correct direction.
What is it
There
that you
is
seek?
We have been tasked by some of our deities to collect a collection of shards that reassemble themselves into a stone. three in kind. One of their shards appears to be hidden somewhere among the mountain range. We have specific imbued tattoos to find them, but not
2 of them are in this mountain range, I would like to point out.
2?
2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
There was
the
one moon and one
sun
other one.
and a moon one.
But we don't have the sun tattoo to lead us.
We cannot track that one, which is why I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. You would
Is there-
need to go. He points to the map where the white dot is. There is a burial site there from times even before my people walked here. On this land. From a people that we only have been able to decipher when this map was made back in my great grandparents' age when they first came to this land, where they spoke of someone called Starfallen who were resting there in the tombs.
Starfallen is a person?
Not sure if it's a person or if it's an entire tribe that lies buried there. I do not know.
I would not be surprised if it was an entire people. We have encountered other burial sites before. One of them appearing to have an actual guardian
Perhaps
who
this
gave
one will
us
have
an
one as well.
explanation. But the name Starfallen does seem to ring a bell.
Looks at Avis.
Yes, I'm sure my mother would know more about this. Perhaps I should speak with her.
I did not recall we bring your mother with us, dear Avis.
My mother is Lady Uthla.
You a
What?
true daughter? Are you a true daughter of her?
Adopted.
Are you telling me that you are a child of that wench?
You are what? She looks very pissed.
Oh my god.
You take that back.
I have a right to be pissed at the gods when they abandoned my people, when our home was lost.
I will not stand.
I can respect you as a person, but I do not need to respect your mother.
Fine, but do not speak ill of her in my presence.
Or what?
You want to find out?
Avis, calm yourself. We are guests here.
Fine.
If you wish to break... If you wish to break what it means to be a guest in our land, you will find out what happens.
I apologize for our outburst, Vislu. I'll try and rein her in.
It...
Sorry, Avis.
Ah, so she's your woman.
To be. But she is very
He
protective
is
of her mother.
carrying your child.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
But I can promise a defensive pact between our two tribes, and we can get our people shall be able to trade unmolested.
It is a relief to hear. And I will make sure that it is arranged that we will be ready to welcome one of your emissaries to meet our chieftain.
Of course, of course. I will send my son when time comes. But I will warn you, if you go to those tombs, you better say your prayers to whatever ancestors you pray or God that you pray to before you head in. It's a dangerous place. Many a few brave souls have wandered in, and none have returned.
Thank you for the warning. We will be extra careful.
So it is unknown what wanders in those tombs.
Indeed, I have England, and it might have been the same thing that destroyed my home of my people. The only god that we praise here is the Father, the forebearer of our kind.
Do that
Who's
ring
this
a bell for
Forge
me?
Father you speak of?
What about Deacon?
Oh, Deacon, it unlocks a little bit for you too.
Oh boy, here we go, another flashback.
Does it ring a bell for me?
No, but it does for Deacon, especially when Veselu mentioned how the gods have abandoned us when we lost our home. He gets a flashback of fire collapsing rooms, fire, and people screaming and shouting, "Oh, how the gods have abandoned us in our time of need, when we need them the most."
Please
And the
don't
sound
say
of
that was
fighting.
the same time where I got pissed off the god.
Did you hear that, Deacon?
I'm heard. It's just processing. Ugh.
Actually, does Deacon have that empty stare again?
Yeah, he like
Yeah.
sits there like as if the
1,000 yard stare.
the telephone
Yeah.
line, was cut. So you're just hearing the. If you lean over to his ear, you can hear like the sound when the connection is cut on a telephone line.
Basically, gonna lay a hand on his shoulder. Deacon, are you okay?
The number you have tried to reach does not exist in our database. Please try again later.
What?
Deacon, you seems like something's wrong. Are you okay?
Deacon, you feel something wet running down of your nose.
Can I see what it is?
You can see he's having a nosebleed.
Deacon, you're bleeding. Are you okay?
I don't know.
Do you want me to have a look at?
Sure.
I'm gonna look him over. See if seems like something's wrong with him.
As you pull him to the side and you check him out, as you roll me a medicine check.
Pretty good.
As you're looking him over, first you're like looking, up his nose, making sure to clean it out with water and whatnot. Um, and then you actually look over his head where you're like moving some of his hair, to make sure to feel, up his forehead and further up into the scalp. And you feel that he has an indenture in his skull.
What happened to you? You have an indent in your skull.
Indention. Hmm.
Don't worry, I'll help you as good as I can.
Give me a moment, Chad. I'm gonna whisper something to Pepper because she's asking me what I'm talking about because I did a motion for her. So give me a second here while I mute myself.
They're fine.
An interesting day.
Revelations all round.
Yep. Even gave the
Indeed, nothing you would be able to do right now because you don't have the tools for it.
I don't have a tools for brain surgery.
Shh.
What? Why would you?
How the fuck could you remotely have tools for a brain surgery at this time, at this age?
Even if I was gonna say, even if it was modern day, we wouldn't just have them on you.
Actually, it's actually pretty easy to have brain surgery kit. Yeah, she basically just need a sharp rock.
Oh, okay. You're talking about lobotomization.
No. Quite literally, you need a really, really sharp stone. To basically first you like knock the person out in some way, either through drugs,
Pal, why did you
physically
say
knock them
shop in
out.
Danish?
What?
What did you say shop in Danish?
A sharp stone tool.
The way you pronounced it, it sounds like you said it in Danish.
Well, screw that. um, you need basically brain surgery was actually a thing, but even back in the Stone Age, I'd like to point out.
She probably will give him a treatment when they get back in the actual camp.
Yes, indeed, King. Make a hole in the head and Bond fix the head problem for the rest of their life.
Easy fix. Simple fix.
Yes, just remove that a little piece of the skull, and they will be here ready to go. But as I'm trying to tell you before, as you're going over, Deacon said you feel an indenture in his skull.
Indentation.
That's what I'm saying. Indenture in his skull, as if you can also feel a little bit of scarring at the area. So it's like he got, a really, really hard smack to the head, but it didn't heal properly.
Yeah, I probably will look that over at some point. But I need some better.
I was gonna say that sounds familiar to me.
So basically, gonna help him at a time with that problem. I'm gonna help him with it at a time where I have the the best way of carrying capacity.
You'll probably have to wait till you guys get back to camp to be able, if you're
I'm
going to
gonna
try.
basically. This problem is something I need to take care of when we have better equipment. So maybe I need to wait till we get back to their camp to
Oh.
proper heal you. But don't worry, I will look to you doing the way and make sure you stay healthy.
Okay then.
So give you some healing punch doing the travel. Don't worry, I will take care of you.
All right.
Finally found what I'm looking for.
But, guys, I think I'll call a session to a close here. We just had a massive law dump for you guys to go through. You did a little bit of travel. You have seen some new areas. You have discovered plenty more things to discover.
Also, people to murder. I mean, alliance with.
Excuse me, what?
First and foremost, you're not allowed murdering our current and new allies, no matter how much they anger you, so get over it.
Hey, she have trouble with her pregnancy. Oh, the
Mood
hormone.
swings and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
but
is
still, she
pregnant.
doesn't, have to start shouting at a guy that is quite literally a little bit taller than her, with the muscles even more muscly built than her.
I was gonna
Paz
say
is
a little
pregnant
bit, but I
sense.
forgot that she grew.
I don't need muscles in order to beat someone up.
Paz,
No, he will use muscle. You might use magic.
Paz, do you think I actually just using sense?
Yes. Freckle sense.
Brego sense, bro.
Yeah,
It's not Trevor
basically.
sense, it's Prego sense.
Dear God.
Yeah, it's basically. I know how it is to actually have the mood swings and stuff like that.
And the oversensitivity to everything, right, honey?
Paz, seriously.
Do you want to live to tomorrow, Pass?
I'm in danger.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Danger.
So he's saying this on stream so that if he dies, then there's there's
Evidence.
proof of it.
Yes, holy
It's
shit.
canon.
Don't worry, I won't hurt him too much.
Oh, oh,
Ow.
oh.
Ow.
Bruh.
Okay,
Well,
let's just end it then.
Yeah.
We've gone
End the session.
insane. We've gone clinically insane.
Yeah. So anyway.
Let's say goodbye to the viewers and stuff instead of pulling past.
well, dear viewers, thank you for today. I hope you have enjoyed today's stream. We have been at it for almost 3 hours now. I think it's a good time to call it today. They had a richly dumped law onto themselves. They have seen the sights, talked the talk, discovered some strange new territory to to explore and whatnot. And we will continue on with the story next week. Thank you all for being here, and we'll see you again next time. Bye bye.
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 Bye.